Our biggest struggle is the street.
And if we don't have the will, all those things in the circle, the sacred circle, does not work.
There's a system world, there's the Indian world, and in between these two worlds is our children, and they don't know which way to go. So our teenagers go to acid, to crank, to all of the bad things, trying to find their own vision. They're trying to seek that vision, and this is the only way they know how, because there is no leadership anymore.
Give them understanding and knowledge of what they have to learn in life.
Our grandpas and grandmas, you know, they're getting old, they can't travel, and they're having hard times. But yet our teenagers are still trying to survive in the mind and in the heart. We're supposed to live a life of being honest, courageous, brave, and strong. But our children anymore, they have gotten away from that. So we have to go back and return the echoes of the great chiefs. If we can tell our younger people through the reawakening of the echoes and bring it back and explain it in a very simple way, then our younger people will have something to hold on to. From the sacred hoop that people have scattered in all directions. The sacred hoop is not broken. The people have been pulled away from that. When they physically took the guns and the weapons away from the warriors in the old days, they broke the spirit of the warrior because he had nothing to hunt with. He couldn't go out and fight this buffalo with his bare hands. He had a way of hunting that buffalo. There was a ceremony to go hunting. But when they took all his weapons away, they broke the spirit of him. Where are the warriors to help bring this all back up? Are they all in bars? Are they all drunks? They left home and they left children. They left women to raise the families. So where are the warriors? That is the question. We must bring the culture back. Without our culture, we're dead. Without a tie back to the Holy Earth Mother, we're dead. We have put a gathering together here called the Healing of Nations and the Return of the Echoes. For the simple reason is that we need to go ahead and reawaken the echoes of a great culture that once lived here, and so that we can help our children. Right now, there's nothing that the young people have. I hear voices say that, why live? Why do we want to live? Because there's nothing there. The only thing that is there is suicide, drinking, bad things. And this is where they're at, and they've reached a wall, and they don't know how to climb this wall. They don't know how to go around this wall. And they think that in reality, they're the only ones against the system. So what we want to do is we want to reawaken these echoes and remind these people that the chiefs have said, you know, pray. They have told us to become Indian people again, to respect Earth Mother, to respect one another, to help one another regardless of tribe, of what tribe you're from. You're still an Indian person. Understand that we can't heal the European nations or Germany or Japan or Australia. We're not saying that. What we're saying is we're going to heal the nations here of our younger people so that they can carry on a great culture and a great way of life that used to be here. Okay, come on around. Stop there. You stop there. You stop there. Okay? Now, I'm going to make my prayer first because I'm to the west. Okay? And to the Creator, to the Wambali Gleshka. Then you guys put your tobacco in her. You
And many of the things and truths that we were raised with, we just have remnants of it. And a lot of the elders and old people are dying off. And then the new generation that are coming forward now, oftentimes they don't know what is real. They read things in books, which is important, but it's not the same thing as experiencing. And they need the experience. The experience is what grounds all of us into what is real.
And I pray for good blessing on these new young warriors that are coming here, Grandfather, to learn how to build a sweat lodge fire, to learn how to handle the fire with respect, Nkashala. I pray to you tonight, Nkashala, to bless this fire, to bless this grounds, to bless the people, to heal the people, Nkashala, to take away all or any problems that they have. I want you to purify heart, mind, body, and spirit tonight, Nkashala. I offer you this tobacco, Nkashala, so that you hear us and help us, Nkashala.
It's very important at this time in our lives, all of our lives, that we acknowledge the elders and the things that they teach us. Within the societies that existed 100 years ago, that information's still alive. And today, with the spiritual gatherings, the ceremonies that are being presented across this continent, that information's being disseminated. And it's our responsibility to take it in and understand it and utilize it daily.
Today is great interest in the Native way, and people are coming from all directions to learn of the Native way, and it's important that they do that. And yet I always tell them that the Native people don't have a monopoly on this philosophy. It's just that we're not so far removed from living this way, living on the earth and having that connection with nature.
It's as though we were all held in one big bowl, and a strong wind or something came along and that bowl broke and fell in all different directions. And this process now is bringing all those pieces together into that bowl, and that bowl held all the knowledge and wisdom of things. So it's significant that these events that we have now bring that knowledge back in, because you have some, I have some. People that might not even see this have some, and they don't even know that's wisdom.
And I pray today, Tunkashila, that you'll accept our tobacco offering. Today, Tunkashila, I ask special prayer for my Kola George. I want George to live with health. I want the family to live with health. I want him to be blessed with everything that he does, from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. I want him to do it in a good way. I want you to watch him and to guide him, to give him health, Tunkashila. I pray for my son. I want my son, the same thing. I want everything good for these two, because they're doing good things to help the people. And a special guest here, a brother, Keith. I pray for him, Grandpa, because he showed kindness to help put this all together. So through this tobacco and through the witnesses of the people, I offer you this tobacco, Grandpa, to make everything go right. Nkashila Wakantanka, you who are the Creator, smile on us, hear us, and help us. Tears have been shed. We're walking on the blood and the tears of our ancestors, Tukashila, Ishi and the Yahi Nation. We want the tears and the blood of our ancestors to remain here and to be strong here. We want the land to be blessed. We want everything good to happen here. We want only good things. I want you to look at the 4 generations of Indian people that are sitting around here and all of us and help us. Nukashila, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. But I pray to you and ask for good blessings for everyone.
I have grandparents who they never went to school. They couldn't even write their name. But they taught me more about medicine on a daily level, on using certain plants for stomach aches, certain things for toothaches, things like that. That when I walk around sometimes, it's like walking in your own drugstore, you know. But most kids don't know that. They think, they've been so conditioned, they think the drugstore is where you have to go for all these answers. And that's why I said it's really important that we come together, we share this knowledge, and that we have literally our own medicine people to teach people things.
There's an old Paiute legend about the Earth Mother and the stone basket out at Pyramid Lake. The Earth Mother had 2 children. One was white and one was red, and these 2 children were always fighting. So one day the Earth Mother took from her stone basket some sacred knowledge, and she gave to the white child this sacred knowledge, and she gave to the red child some sacred knowledge. And she told the white child that the white child had to leave and go east and dwell over there across the waters in that land until a specific time when it would return. The red child had this sacred knowledge and would go dwell to the west. The red child symbolized the red nation and the white child symbolized the white nation. Now, with this sacred knowledge, we have to put that together and understand what the Earth Mother is telling us.
Earth Mother around you is polluted. We breathe polluted air, we eat polluted food, we're walking on polluted Earth Mother. And so therefore, we have a pollution problem in our minds. It's called pollution of the minds. So this pollution of the minds has got to be purified, so to speak, like an air filter. You know, we want to clean it out.
People in the cities are dying, but like a dying alcoholic, they don't know they're dying. They're just in a lot of pain, and they think this is the way life is. They don't know that there's fresh air. They don't know that there are places that are clean, and they don't even know how to experience their bodies clean. So that's the importance of our ceremonies, is to be able to have that vision and to be able to keep your body clean.
Each of us are a human being. We each have a vision to follow, and we need to help one another to follow that vision, their own personal vision in life. How can we get along if we don't create unity? Why can't we all get together just one time, complete a ceremony with all the people? It's open, everybody's welcome. It don't matter where you're from, as long as you have a good heart, a good mind, a good body, and a good spirit. A good body means clean of drugs, clean of alcohol. And a good heart means that you understand the prayers, you understand, and you have accepted that there is a higher power that guides you, that helps you, that cares for you. And a spirit means that you are not afraid to face yourself and be that person. What you want to do is to form these 4, heart, mind, body, spirit, into one, in order to become a good warrior, in order to become a strong woman of the nation.
Upon the conception of the reservations, the first thing that went was the medicine people. And that was the core group of all the bands. Always had the spiritual leader, and then the elders, and then the warrior societies and the women's societies. That was the first thing that they got rid of, was the spiritual leaders, the medicine people, the healers, the advisors, and all the religious objects. There's stories of all the reservations, not just one, not just the northern plains, but out here. I mean, the people out here were slaughtered and hunted like dogs, but back where I come from in the northern plains, all our religious objects, our pipes, our drums, our medicine bundles, those things that were instruments used in the ceremonies that portrayed the philosophy and the theology of our people, were taken and burned. And those people that knew those songs, those people that knew those ceremonies, they were ostracized from the community. And even to this day, just not too long ago, in the 70s, we got the Native American Religious Freedom Act, right? Not that we can do these things. I mean, they acknowledge that we do have, they're no longer pagans. They've been Christianized. But also, we want to let them have back their traditional ceremonies, if they're still alive. But see, that's it. There was secret societies, there was warrior societies that they took these hiding, the sacred ceremonies into hiding. And now those things almost died out. It's like the fire almost died out, but there's an ember there. And the ember is this generation, and that's part of the prophecy.
A little bit in each hole. A little bit, not too much.
I really believe that it's our responsibility to educate our children as to what is healthy for us and what is unhealthy.
When you put this tobacco in there, you're putting your heart, mind, body, and spirit in here. You're going to help the people that go in here. So when you pray, your prayers are going to really be strong.
We can't legislate anything. We can just appeal to people's sense of well-being, that they have to walk the road. And if they walk the healthy road, then we produce healthy adults. If we produce healthy adults, we start to produce a healthy society. And if we produce a healthy society, America as a whole will soon lean on us.
Where's the hatchet? East, west, first. So you might have to widen that hole. We can't live like we did in the past. Not physically, but spiritually we can live that way through the ceremonies and bring our ceremonies back. But physically we can't live that way. So what we will do here is to reawaken these echoes again. It's important that we reawaken the echoes so that our culture can live in our heart, our mind, our body, and our spirit. We're going to eliminate problems, so we're going to move one stone. Remember this now. We'll move the buffalo over here, the eagle and the buffalo. The 4 directions, the eagle and the buffalo. So we move the buffalo over here. Now that's set for problems. Now if you're going to have a different ceremony for doctoring or healing, you must know how to place these stones, because you're taking and you're creating the fire here that's holy, and the stone people that are holy, and they're going to go in there. So you got to know how to set these stones so that you help the people, because that's your responsibilities now. You're going to be firemen, so you're learning how to do this. The pipe, the sweat lodge, the sun dance, the hambalecha, is all we're restoring is the belief that it's been shattered. The drugs and the alcohol right now is the only physical thing they can grab a hold of right now. But when the sweat lodge goes, when we have our sweat lodge ceremonies, there's songs that belong to them. That's a physical thing because they're singing these songs. The stones, they can see the physical stones. They can sit on Earth Mother, and they have their own voices, their own mind, their own body that goes through these ceremonies, the sweat lodge ceremonies. This is the physical thing that the Indian children and the people need to hold on to. But when you take that all away, what is there to hold on to that makes any sense to them? From now on, whenever you do this, make sure that one person counts and keeps the stones over there so that you'll know exactly how many you got. Then you double count and you put them back over here again, see, when you put them on. Because some medicine people will say, I need 18 stones for a doctoring ceremony, and that's all they want. You can't turn a stone back. Once it starts his spiritual journey towards that sweat lodge, never take it and throw it back. So that's the reason I have you count them and put them out there, okay?
Okay.
So now you get some wood. You get this kind of wood over here and put it all in the big pieces. In 4 big pieces. See, everything's for it. Come around here and put the pieces in here. This is that's up the temple.
If you have a void, if you as a human being have a spiritual void and you're seeking guidance and direction, and you need a solid foundation to walk upon, you don't need a medicine man. You don't need a medicine woman. All you need is yourself and a relationship to what you perceive that great mystery is. Just like the content to all of life and the things that's going to be happening is woven into that basket of stone. And what's in that basket of stone, it's for us to find out. And we always have our guardians. We always have our sentinels. We'll always have our prophets. We'll always have our leaders that will stand before us and lead us into the levels of awareness and the direction that we need to go. But we got to help them. We got to pray for them. Only through the power of prayer and through the power of loving will the sacredness of this earth show itself again.
Tumanos is a great program. It's helped me in a lot of different aspects of my life.
Some people think it's a program for people who drop out. It's not. It's a regular thing. It's just a native class. It's a cool thing to do.
Before I got in the class, I was like a little hellraiser to the school. Then I joined the program, and I turned into a geek. But being a geek got me somewhere. I did my homework.
What we try to do here is prepare them. Prepare them that they need the education, that they need to go on, because we need them for future leaders. Because our future leaders now are still struggling with the change. So what we're trying to do with our program is bring people in to share, learn how to do it. Plus let them see where the mistakes are being made and letting them choose for themselves what path to take on.
My pledge to Tumanos is to do the best I can and be the best I can for me, my teachers, and the students.
Tumanos began 4 years ago in response to the need to keep First Nation students in school longer than they were. Statistics showed horrendous dropout rates. Very few First Nation students were graduating from high school.
For multiplying and dividing.
Times 7.
It is a regular academic program, but we use cultural components. For example, our English class, we use First Nations writers. You can learn all the concepts that any English course has to teach without using the curriculum textbooks. Any writer exhibits those things.
What we're doing here right now is an exchange of power from an old chief to a new one.
Part of the reason that we put the cultural component in, and we use various First Nations cultures, it gives students a sense of ownership, an ownership of the program. Here they can learn and be proud of who they are. And then the motivation brings success. And that's what we're after. We want these students to pass.
When I met Chris Steckler, and I also met some of the students the first time that I was there. He wanted somebody to work with him that understood like the medicine wheel, or was learning about the medicine wheel and about the cultural aspect and the spiritual aspect of healing, to somehow incorporate that in the program to help the students. And that's how it began. They kept asking me, do you want to be here? And then one day I said, yes, I want to be here. And I thought, because my life changed, I was going to Tumanos and going to work there, I could no longer become Miss Intellectual Educator. It didn't work for me anymore. I had to come from a place of spirit and heart. And I really was concerned about going back to the school board and working, because I had now come into a way of life that meant ceremony, Sundance, elders, sweat lodge, fasts. And I thought, how am I going to carry that over into a structured setting? My life changed because I had spent some time like with elders and had been attending ceremony like within that year. I went through healing myself. And that's how I wanted to work at Tumanos, and Mr. Steckler said that I was able to do that.
For me, as being a chief, it is very hard giving up an honor such as the one I represent right now. I wish I could remain being one. But I guess it's like they say, it's out with the old and in with the new.
I did not want to carry the total responsibility of carrying the students. Like, I also wanted them to be like self-responsible. To set up a way in which that they could learn leadership, in which that they could carry out responsibilities to each other as a group, and also that we could all become equals. And I thought the only way that could happen is that if we set up a traditional system within the school.
I'm a peace elder for Earth, or was. Moving on, and it wasn't, well, there's a lot of feeling involved that you don't know. Well, like I didn't know, that I didn't feel until something like this comes up. So
we set up a village, we set up a Native community.
I'll be still in the class.
And I says, what I will then do is I will split them up into 4 elements. And they'll each have a peace elder that represents each of those elements. It's like air, fire, earth, and water. So then we have council. Then we need a clan mother or a grandmother, a spiritual guide or advisor who looks after the whole entire community. And then we also need a chief. And they like work together. They share like the power. They're equal.
To the clan mother, I hope your path is a clear walk. There is nothing you can accomplish if you put your mind and heart into it. I also hope your path is clean and sober. I prefer it that way.
I used to drink a lot. I wasn't really a clan mother till I quit drinking. I used to like call the parties and get everybody together. But then when I quit, that's when everything got serious for me.
My pledge to Tumanos is to make them proud.
Nicole came into my office and she wanted to talk to me. I said, well, what is it that you'd like to know? And she said, what do I have to do to walk like you?
One day I went up to Marianne and I asked her, how can I be like you? She said, are you serious? And I said, yes. And she sat me down one day and she said, this is what you have to do. And she drew a little diagram for me, and more or less she was saying, you have to quit drinking, you have to learn to walk the red road.
I says, what I can say to you is I can explain to you what the red road is and what the black road is. To walk where I walk, to take the first step. And that means absolutely no alcohol and drugs, and it's a lifetime commitment.
I really wanted to. I wanted to learn the traditional ways. I never learned anything of my nation or my culture, but this was a chance to learn about somebody else's, and I wanted to do that. So I took it seriously. I gave up myself 100% to being the clan mother. I took full responsibility. I gave it all that I had.
Do your best as a clan mother and take care of your chief and council. I know you have it in you. In time it'll all come. I now transfer my position as clan mother to you, Darcy. Do your best and don't give up.
I'm very glad that Nikki chose to go on the Red Road, and I said that I would be there each step of the way she needed my help. That I would teach her about smudge, about tobacco offerings, that whatever she needed to know, that I would be there to help her. And now it's gotten to the point now where, where she's gone back to her own community because she's carrier, and she's, seeking out the elders now. She wants to learn her own language. She's made the journey home. And more than anything in the world, she'd like to have a carrier name given to her, like an Indian name. But she understands that she has to earn it.
I hope I make the Tumanos program proud of me because I've been, honored to go there.
I want to be up there. I want to be strong. I want to, let the world know and let people know that, Native people, that they can get as high as they can, get. And that's my goal. I want to do a lot. And I want to make Tumanos a success. So the first thing is I have to graduate. That's one of my goals right now. That's the highest goal that I have right now, is to graduate. So other people and students can come to this class in the program just to learn what I've learned. I want to pass it on.
This is a new way. This is the first time that they've ever tried this in a school. In fact, I believe these are the first times that there was ever any really ceremonies within Vancouver School Board, that we were allowed to be how we really are as people. They instinctively know how to do and carry themselves out in ceremony. If I stand back and just allow them, they can do it. I think that's the reason why I was sent there, was to bring all that out, to help it come out. But it was already there.
A person doesn't have the will to make the circle work, circle of life work. They will not smell, they will not see, they will not hear, they will not feel. A lot of our people out there are lacking a lot of the spirituality. It's no fault to our people, but at the same time too, we're becoming emotionally and physically and spiritually dependent. And we're looking at the TV, arcades, different things to give us a buzz today. And most of the people, other races of people, are looking at the indigenous people of this land to give them some sort of direction as, hey, we're supposed to be the closest one to Mother Earth, but it's important that more people understand that we have to all harmonize, and whatever teachings that is. All different colors want to learn what we're doing.
When I was growing up, my father and my mother told us that we needed to get a good education to get on in life. We grew up in a household that was basically we were learning a lot of Western culture and standards. I went to university. I've worked in a career for a number of years, and I've always wanted to do something cultural to put myself in touch with the lives that our ancestors lived. On June the 1st, we'll be leaving Vancouver to go to Bella Bella to attend the Gadawas Festival. It's an Indigenous gathering of maritime cultures of the Pacific Rim. This canoe journey will take us out of the city and it'll be a good opportunity to learn a lot of different aspects about our culture. But not just to learn them, but to put them in practice on a daily basis. So we've used things like a cold river bath and a sweat lodge to purge ourselves of being city people.
Grandfather?
Today we're at the sweat lodge to gain purification, to focus on our vision, and I feel that this journey will enrich me spiritually, strengthen me physically, and will bring my emotions under control, and develop the mental state that I'll need to absorb the knowledge that will come to us from meeting other elders, other canoe people.
It's important for us to be in touch with a lot of those things that our ancestors were involved with, such as the spiritual water baths and also the vision quest and the sweat lodge. Spirituality in this journey is going beyond and believing that we're taking a turn back in history.
Our culture is so closely attached to the water that we're calling ourselves water people, people that can survive on the water. This is just a great opportunity. It's a chance of a lifetime to actually get in touch with my culture, to learn the songs of our people, to learn a bit of our language. What we really bring to the crew, I think, is that everybody's got that initiative to do it.
This program, traveling in the canoe, is a lifetime journey. And if they have the gumption, they have the stamina, and they want to put away, like, say, the arcades and the videos and the fast life and the fast dollar for maybe 2 weeks of their life to find out what it's all about, to go out on paddle, to go out on a vision quest, go for a walk, go for a stroll down to the river and take a spiritual bath, or go up in the high mountains and do a mineral bath. It's well worth it. It's well worth anybody's time to take up such a challenge.
I was kind of lost in high school because I wasn't very proud of who I was. I would go home. I remember coming home in grade 8, scrubbing my knees, and I was crying because I didn't want to be a native. I didn't want to be Indian because I was always getting called down, and didn't feel good. But later on, an elder came, well, the late Chuck Billy, he came into our classroom and he was talking to us, and he looked around and saw that none of us were wearing anything that would symbolize that we're native, that we weren't proud of ourselves. So I looked around and said, yeah, he's right. So I started wearing a choker. And this has a story in itself for transforming myself from being really wild in my drinking days, and then I transformed this mask into a humanoid bear mask. which I have a balance between the two, and I'll feel whole inside.
We're going to Bella Bella to represent our culture, and our elders have been instructing us over the years, and we want to do them justice and make them proud of us. And I know they're praying for us, and we're sure glad to have their prayers with us today. The whole thing is, spiritual-wise, was the whole purpose behind this whole trip, to bring our culture back. It's just going to be a beautiful trip for everybody. Everybody's up for it.
I find that this preparation is very important because then I find a balance within myself. They say like our strongest link is our weakest link. So like if there's somebody that was kind of maybe feeling a little weak, we could be part of that person and help them grow, become strong within themselves. Because that's where I had to go through in my part of life. I had to learn all these tools so I can learn more about who I am inside and how I could express myself.
The way I feel is if I can accomplish this, when I come back, it's the world, man, non-stop. I can do anything.
Very honored to take on such a journey and such a task because we all have a common vision. And one day we're going to all travel up the Pacific Rim. We're all going to meet on an annual basis. This is only a beginning.
We paddled a long way to get here and we worked hard. This is the moment we've been waiting for a long time.
It means a lot to me because we've been preaching or talking to our young people. Come to the elders, come to us, and we'll teach you.
Something I wanted to do all of my life. I grew up off the reserve all of my life, and I've always had this empty space in my heart. And now that spirit, that native spirit, is coming out, and it's a good feeling. I feel great.
This is a beautiful time to be alive upon this earth. We must remember that. Sacred comes the word, means secret. Secrets of the earth are coming back alive, and it's through the ceremonies and through our prayers and our relationship and coming back into the sacred circle. and knowing and feeling and utilizing the words of our grandfathers and our ancestors and making our hearts strong. That's going to make us stronger so that we can be able to give our children that foundation and know that they're part of all this in a sacred way. And it's in understanding the sacredness of our lives and understanding ourselves and our own spirit that we're going to become complete and whole in all the pain and the emptiness that we all know as Native peoples, and the white and the black and the yellow also, that those tears are going to be wiped away and know that it's going to be a beautiful morning. And when we pass on to the other plane of existence, and the owl woman stands on that bridge and she asks you about yourself. What have you done? What have you done as a human being? Let me see your spirit. Let me hear your tongue. Let me see the color of your paint. Let me hear your song. You know, and if you don't have those things, then your ancestors that are standing across the river are going to be sad. And we, all of us here, we're all part of a prophecy. That foundation of understanding that the great mystery give our ancestors is still alive in all of us. Even if there's only one Indian left, one drop of Indian blood, that sacred thing is alive. And we all must remember that and be proud of that and know that it's going to grow. It's like a raindrop from the heavens that fall upon the earth, and many of them coming together create a little stream that flow into a creek that flows into the rivers, and the rivers flow into the ocean, and that's the way it's going to be happening. This is a beautiful time to be alive upon this earth.